This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com.
Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is 5/14/21, show number 267. Well, it's Rescue Friday. PPT is doing its magic, Nick.
They are. Rarely do we get a Friday decline. Now, we did have one recently, so, they're not rock solid. Every so often, you'll get a little minor downtick. But markets are up across the board today. The Russell 2000 is leading the charge, up about 1.85%. The NASDAQ also having a very good move today, up 1.74%. That was pounded earlier this week, and things are recovering, so to speak. Now, we'll see what we get into today's close. That'll be somewhat important. Next week, we go into what we call an options expiration trading week, so we want to be aware of that. That's more of a time period to be somewhat neutral for the week, as you get a lot of institutional game playing. And but right now, the Friday effect is in play, and that looks like that's definitely working out right now. So
everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy.
Peace has been restored, and the market's going up, and that's all we care about, right?
So it seems.
Well, we'll see how long this game can go on for. So, none of our discussions would be complete without talking about Elon Musk, Dogecoin, etc. What's your take on his latest missive about the efficacy of Dogecoin?
Well, it looks like he anointed Dogecoin yesterday or last night, and this comes after Tesla announced that they just are going to suspend vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. And here he comes along and he says that in his tweet that he's working with the Dogecoin developers, and they are looking to improve the transaction efficiency, and that work looks potentially promising. So, obviously he's taking a little stake in there, and right now, what can you say? The guy is, he's just running the show when it comes to these cryptocurrencies right now. It's really remarkable.
So what do you think? Do you think Tesla dumped all of their Bitcoin?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they dumped it all, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did. I think there's certainly that possibility. If you look at Bitcoin yesterday, that, Bitcoin was absolutely crushed. And then today, we're getting news of Dogecoin, whatever they call it, that he's working with the developers. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is just absolute crazy business. The guy is just, he's out there, tooting his own horn about these cryptos day after day, one up, one down. So maybe he's flipped out of that, took a big position in Dogecoin, and, Tesla will make some more money that way.
Or maybe he had a position. I mean, this will be the car company that makes no money selling cars. All of their profits come from crypto trades.
It's very true. I mean, you just have to chuckle at this stuff that here we are, 2021, and this is what we're seeing and hearing about almost on a daily basis. So the world is really upside down, and this just proves it.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? So hey, let's talk about the gold and silver, then we'll briefly hit Bitcoin. Only looking at Bitcoin, or not passing on its efficacy or anything else, only as the charts concern it, where it's heading. That's all. You take it or leave it. Gold and silver, another good day for them.
Yeah, gold is acting really, really well today. Gold futures up another $11.50 right now, trading at around $18.35. I love what gold is doing, though. It's really just consolidating here. Full disclosure, I'm out of my gold position currently, but I am looking to get back in on a pullback here or a pattern. So I like the pattern. I like the setup. I like what the miners are doing as well. Very good charts right here, all signaling potentially a lot more upside to go.
Yeah, and silver is also having a great day.
Yeah, silver is up nicely as well. It's up another 1.35% to 27.42 on the silver futures chart. If you're looking at SLV, which is the ETF, that's up about 18 cents at the moment. So silver's holding up really, really well too. And again, precious metals, I think as long as you have central banks in here doing what they're doing, and not just the Federal Reserve, but you have the ECB as well, printing a lot of money in there, just creating money out of thin air. I mean, really, I think gold and silver two of the best places you want to be.
Yeah, could not agree with you more on that, Nick. And finally, so Bitcoin, briefly tell us the action that happened there, why it's significant.
Well, Bitcoin yesterday really sold off sharply. And what it did was it pierced a low from the big sell-off that occurred on the 26th of April. So that was tested. And so far, it successfully held that low. It closed above it. So that low, just so everybody's aware, on the 26th was around 47,440. Yesterday, Bitcoin went down to 46,395. It closed, though, at 48,365. So it actually closed above pivot low from the 26th of April. So it held, but that was a big decline yesterday. Now you've got to watch for pattern over the next week or two. And if we consolidate yesterday's decline, that's giving you a heads up that Bitcoin's going a lot lower, but still too soon to tell right now what it will do. But I'll be watching that pattern, and I'll be reporting here to you.
All right. So by consolidate, what would you see it doing? It wouldn't be making any new highs. It'll be kind of just going sideways, lower, kind of.
Right. So when you consolidate, basically what you're going to do is you're going to stay inside of that red bar that happened yesterday. So the red bar high yesterday was 54,605. The red bar low was 46,395. So price will just chop around in that range. And if it does that, and it gives us a nice sideways formation, then it's telling us it's going to resume the downtrend. I think it's going to do it. I don't think it's really a matter of if it's going to do it. I think it's just a matter of when.
All right. Well, hey, that ought to get us a couple of hate mails out there, which we always enjoy.
That's okay.
We always enjoy that because, hey, Bitcoin is special. It's exempt from the laws of markets. It's exempt from the law of supply and demand. Emotions don't matter. None of that matters. All that matters is that it's Bitcoin, and it can only go up, as we've seen in the past so well, 4 times at least, where it's crashed. Not saying it's going to crash now, but look, if I was holding a lot of it, I'd sell half of it now, Nick, and I'd hold on to the other half, wait for it to go down to wherever it's going to go, and then buy in again, because it's kind of predictable that way.
Well, that's something that you can do, as a trader. That's what you want to do. I personally don't trade the cryptos, but if there's ever becomes a little bit more liquid and it trades more so on the futures are so thin that I actually just leave it alone. But if it does get more active, I would trade it all the time. I mean, it's an asset class now. It's a vehicle that you could use to make money like anything else. What you're going to have to watch now, though, is how they tax this. So there's already been rumors weeks ago that it would be taxed at 80%. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's the talk of the town. So if that happens, there's really no point in doing it.
Yeah, and then we mentioned before, and I think yesterday, that Tesla is no longer going to accept Bitcoin in automobile purchases. There's rumors on Zero Hedge that the Chinese are involved in this decision. All of a sudden, they were having problems expanding their factory, and they started saying, well, we're just going to expand elsewhere. And now the Chinese and Tesla are saying, oh, everything's great. We're getting along famously. So there's some stress there. And, it's when it's Elon Musk, who the heck knows, Nick? Right?
He's quite a chess player, though. So you have to respect anything that he really does because it does have follow through. He's already crushed, a lot of the short traders or the short players that have been betting against Tesla for so long. But, again, every dog has its day. We'll see how this all plays out. But, I always tell everybody, just watch the charts. It'll tell you everything you need to know.
It just reminds me of that scene in Rain Man where remember the guy's autistic. He's further over on the spectrum than Elon is. Elon's only got Asperger's, but he's counting cards in the casino, and they win a boatload of money, and then he doesn't know what he's doing, and he tells this prostitute basically, we're counting cards, and she rats them out, and they're promptly booted out of the casino.
Yes.
So here's basically Elon Musk is the Rain Man of cryptos and of I guess tech companies for the time being.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, right now, if you look at his following, it's absolutely tremendous. And in all fairness, the guy's put out a tremendous car. I mean, the vehicle is loved by everybody that gets one. So I think it's a bit overpriced, but it is loved by everybody that has one. So he's put out a great product, and I don't know how great the solar product is, but SpaceX has been a big success, at least for now. So the guy has the Midas touch at the moment. And again, if I could tout cryptos and things like that, I'd probably do it too. But nobody's listening to me. me.
Well, not yet. But the next move, many of you might decide it's a good idea to follow Nick's advice, and in which case you should go over to inthemoneystocks.com, check out his trading record, check out the Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago 01, at Kerry Lutz, and of course, send us your emails to my personal address. We'll go over them with Nick. It's KL@KerryLutz.com. Nick, that's it for today. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday.
Thank you, Kerry. Have a great weekend.
And so concludes another episode of Daily Market Wisdom with Master Trader Nick Santiago. Be sure to go to his website, inthemoneystocks.com. Don't forget the Twitter feeds at ITMS and at Nick Santiago 01.